Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is Black Forest coming to you with another market analysis video currency breakdown. This morning, we're going to be looking at the AUDUSD, also known as the Aussie. But before we get started to break down this Forex pair, we have to state that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice, but we all know why you guys are here. You guys are here to find good, credible Forex content that can help improve your ability as a trader and to help put some extra money into your pocket. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and break down what's happening on the chart and what's happening with this currency pair, respectively. Okay, so before we dive into what's physically happening on the chart, let us look at what is happening. Let's look at what's happening with each currency. Okay, the AUD. Let's discuss what's happening with that. We've had a lot of positive news come out about the AUD. We did have some good news come out about the AUD the previous trading week, and we did have some good news come out yesterday with the previous trading week. But based on what's happening in Australia, we're starting to see the increase in the geopolitical events happening in the world is starting to affect Australia now, and the high gas prices now affecting everyone else is also affecting them too. And we will start to see inflation becoming a lot more strong in Australia. Now, Australia, the country, was dealing with inflation, but they were actually tackling it a lot more effective and efficiently than the other nations that's dealing with inflation. But they cannot stop the rise in gas prices because gas is dictated based on the supply and demand surplus and lack of. That's what dictates gas prices. Okay, so with the Russian ban on, or with the Russian oil ban being put by the countries, they're also going to start to see a influx in. They're going to start to see an influx in increased gas prices, which is going to further the inflation being suffered upon their economy. Okay, so pretty soon we're going to start to see a weakening of the Australian dollar. Now we can't judge and tell how fast that's coming, but we do know it's coming based on the economic indicators. Okay. Now with the USD, we are starting to see a pickup in the strength in the USD. This is solely due to all the good positive news that came out about the USD during the prior trading week. We did have some negative news come out about the USD, but we're having more positive news than negative news come out about the USD. Okay, we're having more positive news come out about the USD than negative news. Then on top of that, gas prices are starting to come down some, which means that this is also furthering the strength of the USD. But we're going to have to watch these things closely because the fundamentals can change due to geopolitics at any given turn. So we're going to have to be vigilant and making sure we're watching what's going on. Okay, so let's now discuss what's happening on the chart. So as you can see, we were in an uptrend since January, been going up, up, up since some time, and now we started to slow down. We're starting to slow down. So we're going to see eventually a drop down, and the price will start going towards the short position. Okay. Now, how far can we drop? We can drop to about here before we start to see a pickup and continue to go down, or we can drop as far as here before we see a pickup and continue to go down. But if we get past this area here, then we could possibly say we're looking at price turnover. Okay. But if we drop down to this area here, and start picking up, then we may continue to go towards the long position. But what's going to dictate this is the fundamentals. If we start to see a weakening of the Australian dollar and an increased strengthening of the US dollar, then the more likely scenario that we are going to see is we're going to probably range out some here, drop, pick up, and then continue to drop here. Okay. But if we start to see Australian dollar start to stabilize and we start to see a weakening of the US dollar, then we will see it drop to about this general area here, but that drop will be very, very, very choppy. have a lot of ugly candles like these right here, dropping down here, before we have an aggressive push back up towards the long side. Okay, so let's go over that one more time. We are going to have a drop in price, but that drop in price is going to let us know what's going to be happening more long term in the future. And we having a very aggressive drop here, pathetic push up, then we break this market structure right here and continue to go down. 9 times out of 10, we're looking at price turnover. Okay, if we have a pathetic drop to here or here with a lot of choppy candles that's taking very long to develop, then basically that is a good indicator that we're going to continue to go towards the long position. Now, what's going to dictate each scenario is what's happening with each country's respective fundamentals. Okay, but for the most part, we are going to see a continuation in price drop. How far it is and how it gets there is going to dictate whether the drop is going to continue or whether this is just retracement and we're going back towards the long side, or whether this is price turnover. Okay. I hope that information was helpful for you guys. Happy trading.